And now joining us here on NCAA.com March Madness Skype session, Markus Howard, a sophomore from Marquette, who had an unbelievable performance in their victory over Providence on Wednesday night. 52 points. Just let that sink in. 52 points. So, Markus, we've seen kind of monopoly numbers from some of these players coming out of high school. What's the most that you've ever scored in a basketball game in your life?
I'd have to say in junior high, in like our championship game or something like that, I had I think it was like 64 or something like that in a championship game. It was something crazy like that. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter in junior high. So I mean, yeah, I mean, that was the most I can remember. But yeah.
So you had 52 points. You were 17 of 29 from the field, 11 of 19 on threes, 7 of 7 on free throws, and you've made 45 of 45 free throws dating back to the Creighton game last year, March 4th. So a pretty good run. So let's go back to this Providence game. When shooters are hot and they're feeling it and their teammates are feeding them, take me through just how you were feeling every time you released a shot.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in a rhythm like that, I mean, every shot you throw up, you feel like it's going to go in. And I mean, my teammates did a great job of, finding me, and my coaches did a great job of setting up good plays. So it was really just my job to try and create and get the best shot for our offense. So when things were falling like that, it was pretty easy just to read what the game was giving me. So I give a great credit to just my teammates for just putting me in great positions.
How often during the game did other teammates, the staff, come up to you, maybe even opposing players on Providence, and almost like, we're not worthy, that you're just too hot right now to just sort of acknowledge what you were doing?
I mean, no one really from my team was really saying anything. We were just trying to do what we could get the win. I mean, Providence is a great team, greatly coached. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts Center, like we just talked about, is a really hard place to play in. So we were just focused on trying to get the win. But I think one of their players had said to me at the free throw line, and then down the stretch in the game, yeah, 50. I'm just like, I wasn't really even thinking about it. I was like, what? And I was just worried about trying to get a win. But I'm just happy we executed down the stretch and really locked in and just got the win. I mean, because a big road win on the Big East is really important for us. So really happy that happened for us.
Free throws, 45 of 45 since last March. What is it about your routine that has made you so successful at the line?
I try and just take my time, breathe deeply, just try and make sure I'm as relaxed as possible at the free throw line. So it's been something I've been doing ever since I can remember. I mean, just trying to take my time and really just follow through on my free throw. So knowing that they're free and that, I mean, they should be made, it's really something I try to emphasize whenever I work out or practice, is to be sure that I'm fine-tuning everything. So when the game comes, that those points aren't left on the board, and I'm just ready when my name is called.
So players that are watching now, maybe younger guys, other college players, to get a sense of what you go through to prepare yourself to be this good a shooter at the line, from the three-point line, and really anytime you have the basketball in your hands, what are you doing on a daily basis, maybe even in the off season, to prepare you for moments like what you had against Providence?
Yeah, I mean, all I can really say is the preparation I put in the off season with my two older brothers has really been a tribute to what's been happening throughout my career. So, I mean, my oldest brother, Desmond, he's my trainer. And then my oldest brother, my middle brother, Jordan, who's at Central Arkansas, having a heck of a year. It's us three really just working out. And all we really do is shoot a lot of really crazy shots. I mean, we shoot up 500 to 600 shots a day, shooting a lot of shots from really farther out than most people would shoot. That's NBA range to even half court. So, I mean, we just do a lot of different things that are game situation like. So we try to just, make it as game like as possible, just to make sure that when the game time does come, that we're prepared and we know those moments that we've already practiced so many times. So just doing a little things a little bit differently than most people would. A lot of unorthodox kind of things with the way we shoot, just how we're coming off screens, the type of shots we're taking, because we know it's going to be hard for us to get shots off in games. So we have to try and prepare for that as best as we can.
All right, so who's the better shooter?
Me, I mean, obviously, I mean, me and my middle brother are so competitive with each other. But if you asked him that same question, he would say him. But I mean, me personally, I think I am. but he sees 2 and 3 guys each and every night when he plays. So I mean, I give him a lot of credit. I mean, he does put it up really well. So, but I mean, we definitely go at it back and forth in shooting competitions and stuff like that. But I mean, it's really up in the air. But I mean, me personally, I feel I am.
Jordan's averaging 23.7. He's shooting 40% on threes, 44 from the field. For a Central Arkansas team, which I remember early in the season had a great game against UCLA. In his game against Oregon, he had 35 points. For people that aren't as familiar with him or Central Arkansas, 35 against UCLA. So, he's put up big numbers in big competition. How much do you guys track each other, while you're putting up these crazy numbers this season?
Yeah, I mean, my brother's my favorite player, honestly. I mean, I love watching him play. It's been that way ever since I was little. I've loved watching his game. But yeah, every time he plays, I try and, if I'm not playing, I try to watch his games. I mean, I love to learn from him. I mean, just growing up, I love watching him, my older brother play. That's kind of where I got my love for the game. So, we always go back and forth, just trying to help each other out in the best way we can. If I have a bad game, he'll be the first person to text me. If he has a bad game, I'll be the first person to text him. Same thing if we both have good games. I mean, we're always just there for each other. I mean, there's no love like a brother's love. So, I mean, we always are just there for each other no matter what.
So what did he text you last night?
He texted me. He just said Marcus, and then he FaceTime called me, and he was just shaking his head. He said, "I have no words for what you just did," and I said, "I don't either." I mean, so I said this was all them nights, early mornings and late nights in the gym. So I mean, he was just so proud of me. I'm so proud of him, and I'm just praying and hoping he continues to have that great success that he's been having this year.
And how would you describe your relationship with Coach Steve Wojciechowski?
It's great. I mean, he's a pretty intense guy, and I feel I am too. I mean, so we have a lot of similar characteristics in just the way we play, but also just our personality. So I feel we really connect on a deeper level as well as just on the basketball court. So it's really good just having a guy like that I'm able to just connect with.
Marcus, we appreciate it. What a great performance. And I really sense that there's even going to be better things for you and this team going forward this season. Big East has been great so far this season. Thanks for taking some time for us here on NCAA.com March Madness.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.